Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pampered Chef Live. We're so glad to have you with us tonight. Happy December. My name is Michael, and I am your moderator tonight. And this is our weekly live cooking show. We're so glad to have you with us tonight. Where are you joining from tonight? Is it as snowy by you as it is here? How you feeling? How you feeling about it being December already and holiday season? Let us know in the chat. And a special welcome to all our friends who are hosting a party or guests at a party. Let us know that too. We love to see that in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're glad to have you here. So during the next 30 to 35, 45 minutes or so, we'll be joining Valerie from her home kitchen as she teaches us how to bake 2 cookie recipes that will win accolades at any holiday party. And there might be a bonus appearance of some other treats as well. After the demo, we will be selecting 3 attendees for a product giveaway. So if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube right now, be sure to register for the event right now through the Zoom link in the description of the post you're watching on so you can be eligible for tonight's drawing. If you're here on Zoom, you're already eligible. You don't need to do anything else to participate to be eligible for the giveaway. We will also have some Q&A time with Valerie after the demo. So if you have a question for Valerie, drop it in the Q&A feature here in Zoom. Different from the normal chat feed, questions in the chat probably won't get answered. We can't keep up with them all, but use the Q&A feature and we'll do our best. We also have staff on the back end who are reporting, answering technical questions, as many as we can get through. A couple other notes. First of all, if you're looking for the recipe handout, everyone who's registered in Zoom will get that handout via email after the demo ends. You can also find the recipes right now on our website. Just go to pamperedchef.com/live-events or .ca/live-events and look for the recipe handout button. Go ahead and register for next week's class while you're at it. And second of all, please take the survey that pops up in Zoom when you sign off. We always love to see your feedback, and we pick one more winner each week from that survey. By the way, I get lots of questions about the giveaway. I see in the survey every time. I'm mad that I didn't win. I'm sorry. I wish we could give a giveaway to everybody, but there are a lot of you. That's just the luck of the draw. So thank you for continuing to play and continuing to give your feedback. More importantly, last thing, if you don't like the chat busyness, I think it's fun, but if you don't like it, that's totally fine. If you're on your computer, you can turn it off by clicking the arrow next to the chat button at the bottom of your screen and click Stop Showing Chat Preview. If you're on your phone, you can also turn it off by opening the chat and tapping the little bell icon to mute it. And you can hide the emoji reactions with the 3 little dots as well. Okay, so that's all for me. I'm ready to let Valerie do her thing, and I think we're in for some sweet treats tonight. So grab a beverage, kick back, and relax, friends. Let's get cooking. Take it away, Valerie.
Hey, hey, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great start of their December. I can't believe we're already in December. I wanted to start off by telling you a little bit about me, and then we're going to be jumping right into some great cookie recipes for maybe some cookie swapping or just your parties that you're going to have. And then we're going to end with a sweet treat, an even sweeter treat at the end. So first of all, I wanted to introduce y'all. The hands behind here helping me is my sister, Ronette.
Hi there.
So give her a big heart because she's been a big, big help for this. Y'all know cookies are kind of crazy, okay? Because there's a lot of little details and everything. I told Michael, I'm trying to cut back on the time and everything. And y'all, I like to talk too much, so you'll have to pardon me on that. But I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I had a Pampered Chef addiction. When I first went to my party back in 1996, I fell in love with the product and the recipes, and I wanted everything in that catalog. And finally, in 2002, a consultant asked me if I wanted to be a consultant. I'm like, well, yes, I do. And I didn't even have to think twice about that. So I jumped at the opportunity. It was probably a crazy time to join because me and my husband had just moved to Fredericksburg, to a new town. And we had 4 kids that were very, very busy and involved in every different direction. And we were busy both teaching school, but we managed it. And the first thing that happened was I started earning products. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm liking this because that was my problem. I wanted everything. And then I all of a sudden started earning money. And you know, with kids, you've got baseball, you've got dancing, you've got gymnastics, you've got band. And so it was a big, big help. And then all of a sudden I earned a trip to Disney World. Well, that just about secured it for me and my family, because they were like, okay, Mom, let's go stamp those catalogs and we're going to get busy. And at that time, I was just doing in-person parties. And so it really helped my family get a connection when I was gone. It helped my husband get a great connection with my kids. And so that's a big blessing. And then all of a sudden, things have changed. All my kids graduated, then they got married, and I was able to pay for all their weddings with my Pampered Chef commission. And because I retired from teaching right before the dreaded COVID. Okay, y'all know about COVID. But let me tell you this, COVID had a blessing, because I feel like that's when I really started meeting so many of my Pampered Chef family members, okay? My team members, my sisters, we call them, that are not directly on our team, but because we had to be doing Zoom meetings, and I never had been doing that, but COVID kind of pushed us into the technology world, and so I was able to meet consultants from all over the United States and Canada, and they're the reason why I stay. They pushed me because we all want a little bit more out of Pampered Chef. So anyhow, that's why I stay with Pampered Chef. And I don't think I ever get tired of talking about it. So I told Michael, I said, y'all are gonna have to pardon me because I love the product and I really talk a lot. So I'm trying to cut it down. So I told Michael to jump in if I need to cut a little bit shorter. So let's get cooking. So Pampered Chef is all about little shortcuts in our recipes. They make it easy. And we always kind of go above the top. So the first thing that we're going to be making is the gingerbread cookie trees. And it's really a pretty cookie, and it will make your cookie swap perfect. By the way, how many of y'all have already been to a cookie swap? My sister Renette said that there's already been 2. And so I would love to know, and I'm sure everybody here would love to know, what are some of your favorite cookies to take to a cookie swap? Because by the time it's Christmas, some of them might be dried or crumbly. So what are some successes that you've had? Put it in the comments and everybody will get some ideas. I've got 2 that I think are gonna last really a good long time. So let's start off with those gingerbread cookie trees. And like I said, they made it really easy, and we have prepared sugar cookie dough. Woo, that was very easy right there. I'm mixing it in our stainless mixing bowls, and this is the medium size. It comes in a set of 3. I call these the Cadillac of mixing bowls. Aren't they just beautiful? And they nest inside each other. And I love it too because it has a little ring right here that you can whisk and stir things up with it. And they have a measuring line on the inside. There's a pour spout and this little ring you can hold on to. And the silicone base helps it not slip inside around, okay? And then they also have these lids that just fit right inside of each one of them. And this is how I store it in my cabinet so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So there's the sugar cookie dough. To make it the gingerbread magic, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour. And I'm using the tablespoon from our measuring spoon set, and they just snap right together. They don't get lost because they click right together. They also have a little flat bottom right here that if you have a liquid, it won't spill over. But I have a different idea for you for the liquid. The next thing that gives it the wow is our cinnamon plus. Get the cinnamon plus now because it's going away December 31st. And this is in place of the pumpkin pie spice, okay? It has a blend of cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger, and it is goodness all over, okay? I just have to smell it every time. It's so good. And I also wanted to tell y'all the lids of our seasonings, it's a tablespoon. So if you don't want to get the tablespoon out, there you go. And then the next thing that makes it magic is the grandma molasses. It really does make it good. Now, if you have some family friends that have a hard time opening these jars, here's our little 5-in-1 opener. What it does, you pop it right here and it takes off that suction like that. Now this is already open, but that's what it sounds like. And this also pulls off Coke tabs or soda tabs. And this is a bottle opener. This will do your water bottles. And then this does your tabs of things like that. So it's the 5-in-1 opener. And ding, 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 this is part of our buy two, get one free deal. So make sure you check that out with your consultant. Say, what is the deal with the buy two, get one free? It's a great thing. How many of y'all are always finding that extra thing so that you can take advantage of the sales? And y'all know Pampered Chef has a ton of great sales this month. Another product that's great for opening jars is our jar opener. And this is one I've had for years. You can also mount it underneath your cabinet, but if you move, make sure you don't forget it, okay? It's a great little tool right there. Now, what I do, a rule of thumb with the measure-all cup is if it leaves a residue or anything icky, sticky, or gooey, you're gonna use this part right here. If it's a liquid that doesn't leave a residue, you can use this inner part, and it has the measurements on this side. It goes both ways like this. So we're going to pour the grandma molasses right in here, and then pour into here. And then we're going to use this amazing little skinny scraper that you've got to have. Push it and then scrape it off. And y'all, I probably use the measure-all cup for things like cooking oil, buttermilk, pecani sauce. Tell me what y'all use your measure-all cup for. Okay, now when you're using it for oil, you push it all the way down, to your measuring, pour it into whatever you're doing, push it out, and then scrape it off. So it's a great thing to have. And I do take it apart and then just put it in the dishwasher. Now, I showed y'all the skinny scraper. You have to have the small mixing scraper, another product that's on the buy two, get one free. And you gotta buy all the other scrapers because they can't be alone. All these scrapers you will use for different instances. I know when I'm cooking and baking, I am using just about all of those scrapers up there. And Renette, our mom, she had those, I don't know how many of y'all had the old Rubbermaid, or remember the Rubbermaid ones with the wooden handle, and the little scraper part always came off, but then it also stained and it kind of got cracks, but I tell you what, we used it till it died. But then when we got introduced to Pampered Chef, my mom, I think she had about 20 of our scrapers, and she still does, okay? So look at this, look how that looks. And you can just imagine the combination of the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the ginger, and the molasses. And then we're just gonna pour it right onto our large white stone, okay? And this stone is a newer stone. And here is our large stoneware bar pan. Which one do you think is the older one? How many of y'all have a stone that looks like this? And y'all know what we say, the darker it looks, the better it cooks. And I tell you what, I will never get rid of this large bar pan. This is probably my pride and joy. You can cook bacon in here, 20 minutes in the oven, put it side by side. You never have to check it, you never have to turn it. And every piece of bacon is the same because our stoneware, it gets the same temperature from this corner to this corner. It's all over, it absorbs that same heat. So get it, try it, and I always say go for the large one because you can always cook a little bit smaller on it. But this one is not supposed to go in the dishwasher, or it doesn't take intense heat. Mine has withstood a lot, y'all. So this is our new one that will go in the dishwasher, and it will go under high intense heat. Everybody in your family will be happy about that, trust me. Now we'll just bring this right into the stone. And this does get a little sticky. And I will have to tell y'all this, that it's a good thing to have your dough softened. If you don't, if you're in a pinch and you've got to do it quick, well then what you might want to do is just get the mix and chop and break it up that way, okay? But this was really nice and softened. And I'm gonna put a little bit of flour. Oh, I had to write on the bottom because I have two of these. One with powdered sugar and one with flour. And yes, I could do the lick test, but we're just gonna do the flour. How many of y'all have, like I said, I've been with Pampered Chef for a very long time. How many of y'all have the white sugar shakers instead of the stainless steel? Aren't these pretty? I love these. I still have some of the white ones though, because I put baking soda in mine. I also put cinnamon and sugar, so you want 3 or 4 of them. I just had to bring this out and see who has the wooden baker's roller. I cannot purge this. I have to purge every once in a while because My kitchen is about to explode because, like I said, I've been with Pampered Chef forever. I should have said I started when I was about 9 years old, right? Okay, so you're gonna roll this all the way out, a little bit more flour, a little bit, and then you're gonna roll it out to where it's about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Renette, can I get you to put my oven on preheat about 350 degrees? And oops, I forgot to preheat the oven. But with the stoneware, you don't have to have it preheated. You can put it right in and it's not gonna hurt your stone, okay? There we go. And you can make it thick or you can make it really thin. I'm gonna put it right in here. And voila, look, magic of Zoom. Here it is. Another vintage tool. That's what I'm telling you. You know, when you've been with Pampered Chef a very long time, it's really important to do that. And here's another little thing that I want to show you and want to tell you. So when you bring out a hot stone, you can put it, you know, your granite is safe and some of your countertops are very safe to put this on, but your stone doesn't like that thermal shock. So you want to make sure you put something in between. And these are perfect for that. This is our little silicone accessories. I have used these for, you know, like holding my dirty spoons or my scrapers whenever I'm cooking. But right now I'll put that just like that, just so it kind of doesn't make that cracking sound out there. Okay, and then to make it really pretty, we'll add our powdered sugar to the top of this. And I will tell you this too. I did use the little cake tester to kind of do a little release of it right when it came out of the oven. And here's another tip. I've made like 3 of these because I had to practice because I hadn't made this before. Now I've got gingerbread out the wazoo. I'll be able to take that for my cookie swap for sure. And we don't go light on the powdered sugar, not at all. Okay, here we go. And then we're going to be using the pizza and crust cutter. I think this is the best pizza and crust cutter. Look how comfortable it is that it's going to be in your hand because it's angled like this. And you know, I know there's a lot of people from Chicago with Pampered Chef. It's nice and thick right here. So if you're doing that calzone or that real thick pizza, then it's not going to get into that groove. And then sometimes like on the other stone that has the edge, you can cut the crust with this part right here. This is a blunt edge and this is sharp. So that's why we have the little cover on it. So I'm just going to kind of go from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. I guess I should be doing it nice for y'all. It's the opposite. I don't think my brain can think that way though. So here we'll do another right down the middle. And do this right here. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there because we have our next step. See, I told y'all I was doing a lot. So that's how we do it, but look at this, y'all. It just comes right off, and this is what just makes my heart so happy. Look at the stone, and this is not greasing it or anything. It just comes right off of this stoneware. It's so nice. And then looky here. Thank you, you got it? I'm so thankful for Annette. Okay, so look right here. We have our part of our snow Christmas trees, and then I told y'all that we had some fun decorating things. Now, if you're really into details, you know, you could serve it just like this, and I think everybody would be happy. But if you want to go over the top, we're going to add a little bit of garland out of the icing, and I'm using cream cheese icing. And I so wanted to show you guys how to make icing with our stand mixer, but time just is a factor in this. But it is the blend of the mixer is one of the best things to make homemade icing. This is homemade icing, but you can add all of the powdered sugar at one time. And I had a mixer that I was very fond of. I had it for 30 years, but Pampered Chef came out with this one, and now I love this one even more. And you can add all 4 cups of powdered sugar at one time, and then you set the timer, and then you go and do whatever you need to do. And you're not having to put in 1/4 of a cup of sugar, powdered sugar at one time. So with this, your decorating bags, we have a decorating bag set, and it comes with a large tip like this. This is for those wonderful cupcakes. that have a ton of icing on it, and then you break your cupcake in half and you make it like an icing sandwich. And then we also have this one, it has like a star tip, and then it also has the little writing tip on it like that. And then we also have these. This is like the dual decorating bags. You can put white icing in here and red and green or whatever color you want and squirt it all, and it all comes out in 2 colors. Now when you are, oh, you know what, I forgot I need that little skinny scraper again. When you're filling your icing bags, y'all, when I stayed at home, this is before Pampered Chef, I decorated cakes and cookies. And I wish I would have known about Pampered Chef, because Pampered Chef is a lot easier than decorating cakes and cookies. But you don't have to wash it in a minute, that's all right. Sorry. I'm gonna owe her a drink big time. Thank you. So you're gonna fold your icing bags just like this, and then you put your icing down in here, and then just kind of shake it down, and then you squeeze it, and you're gonna kind of have to burp it, because if you're in the middle of a masterpiece cake, you don't want to have a burp in between there and have a gap in your icing. Now, if you're doing this with kids, you can use the little Twix-It clip, and it does, the bags come with a Twix-It clip. And speaking of Twix-It clips, these are another one of our buy 2, get 1 free. And I would definitely buy 2 and get 1 of these free. You can never have enough Twix-It clips, okay? So that's that. And then again, this is it. My icing's at room temperature because it makes it so much easier to decorate. And we're just gonna add a little swirl right here, a little zigzag there, and a little zigzag here. Whoops. And there is, you don't have to be perfect, because what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna get eaten, right? So there we go. And then Renette's gonna add some little pretty balls. And what I would do, if you are taking these to a cookie swap, you want the icing to get a little like crusty on the outside. And so we're going to, like I did these yesterday, and so the icing got the crusty top. And so this is how they look. I hope y'all can see. And y'all, I had my dual-sided charcuterie tray, which I was gonna use, but I took things to my daughters this weekend and I forgot it there. So, oops, it's Pampered Not Perfect, but in this tray, beautiful. This is part of our anniversary collection, and I love our anniversary collections, y'all, and they're made in the USA, and they're all one of a kind. They're just beautiful. So there's one of our cookies, the gingerbread Christmas cookies. Yay! Hope y'all like them. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is our shortbread sugar cookies. Let me get this right quick. I gotta kind of wipe this up because I made a powdered sugar mess, which I guess that is not bad to have a powdered sugar mess. So I get to show y'all the deluxe stand mixer up close. Okay, and y'all, this must be, I know I've said y'all about 20 times, I'm sorry. This product right here, we've seen it in the past 2 Pampered Chef Lives. So what does that tell y'all? That we can use it a lot. So if you have a hand mixer, spoil yourself and get the deluxe stand mixer. How many of y'all have a deluxe stand mixer? Put it in the comments. Or how many of you have a hand mixer? Tell your buddy that you want a deluxe stand mixer, okay? You can have a party for $200 with your consultant and get it at 60% off. Look at this. This is Pampered Chef goes over the top and makes things wonderful for us, okay? There's a little cord wrapper. It has a place that you can wrap your cords, and we're going to just take it off like that. And then, yes, it has a little power switch that you can turn it on right here. And look at this. I love this. It pops up. I love that part too. So, and then it also sets in there. You can have the little shield if you want, because I need the shield because I kind of get messy at times. And it does have, 3 different beaters. It has the hook for the dough, and then it also has the whisk. And this is what I did for whipped cream and also homemade marshmallows that hopefully you'll get to see later. And then the beater, and look at the beater, it's got silicone that scrapes the side, which I love because you don't have to go in there and scrape it with your spatula or your scraper and get it all messed up. So right now we're gonna add a half a cup of sugar, and I'm using the measuring cup set, a half a cup of, half a cup of butter, so that's one stick. And don't use margarine, use real butter. It tastes so much better. You can definitely tell the difference. This measuring cup set, it's kind of like our measuring spoon set where it snaps together, but this is what I use for the dry ingredients. And if I'm measuring just straight liquids, that doesn't leave a residue, I'm using the Easy Read measuring cups, okay? And then we're going to mix this right quick. And what I love about this mixer is that, yes, here it is. It does do things on its own, and it's so smart. It's smarter than me for sure. And I'm going to put this on cream. And what you'll do is it goes down to cream right here. And then it starts out at 1, which is the slowest speed. And then it's gonna speed up. But I'm gonna put it down to 2 minutes. And there we go. And now it's gonna start. And then I'm gonna get everything else ready that I need to put in that. This is another product, y'all. You've gotta get the I have to always read it. Double strength Madagascar bourbon pure vanilla. This will put the wow in everything that you bake. My mom was notorious for bringing the pecan pies that were always the best, and she attributed it to our vanilla. And the great thing about the vanilla is that you only have to add half of the amount because it's double strength. So, and I was telling you about our liquid ingredients. You want to use the adjustable measuring spoons for that because they have a little flipper part right here. It's like silicone. It's kind of a scraper, but that makes your liquid not seep into your measuring. So we got this creaming really good. And then here's another product. I'll just start telling y'all products so I don't have to talk so much later. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay over the mixer. It's getting a little bit louder. The silicone prep balls, you gotta have these too, y'all. This is for eggs. I just will pour it into that in a little bit. It makes it easier to pour into this. And then the flour, but y'all, I use this for melting butter, chocolates, anything like that. It just makes it so easy. And then we also use it to make our, dissolve the sugar in here for hummingbirds, okay? So y'all will love that. I need my grandsons. I have 2 grandsons that usually help me, but it's past their bedtime. So they would be able to tell y'all a lot more things that we do with our silicone bowl right here. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop on that. And if you wanna stop it early, then you just press cancel. And then we're gonna add our egg right here. And then I think I need to do my little scraper here. This we gotta get that's another thing that we got from our mom is you gotta scrape everything out of there because you never know when that might be just what that recipe needs. And then we're gonna add a half a teaspoon of pure vanilla. Oh, I wish this had smell-o-vision. How many of y'all have tried our vanilla? It's amazing. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of almond extract. Okay, I want y'all to compare these 2 sizes right here. So when you think about the cost, this probably is comparable to this whenever you think about the amount in it, okay? But get it because you just have to try it one time to see what that does. There's that almond extract, and the almond extract, ooh, that makes it really good too. And then I'm gonna be using our salt and pepper, or just salt, no pepper. And I wanna tell y'all this too. If you are a host, 7, 8, I'm sorry. For 1/4 teaspoon, I always do 8 little twists right there. But I am spoiled because this salt and pepper tastes so much better than just that regular Morton salt. Once you start using this salt, you will not want to go back to the Morton. And if you're a host, you will be very special because you can buy the set to get our electric salt and pepper. Maybe not. I'm not sure about that one. I better zip that up. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of mix this up a little bit, and I'm just gonna do it on custom. And I'm gonna put it at 1 just to kind of get it slow and just to kind of get it blended. We're gonna turn it up just a bit. Am I doing it right? Oh. Sorry. Oh, I had to turn it the other way. I'm doing everything backwards. So we'll get that blended, and then I'm gonna be adding 1 teaspoon, and I have to use the dry measuring spoon for that because look how easy it is to scrape that off like that, okay? And this one we're gonna put this on. Add that baking soda powder. Oh, and here's another little fun tip. If you want to know, sometimes we don't use baking powder and baking soda until it's the holiday season. And so you want to test your baking soda and your baking powder to make sure it's okay. Let me turn this down a little bit since I'm adding the flour. But look how easy this is to do with that little silicone thing, prep bowl. It's so crazy because I never talk to myself when I'm baking. But what was I talking about? Oh, the baking soda and baking powder. How do you know it's good is for the baking powder, you can put it in a little bit of water. And if it sizzles, it's good. Now the baking soda, you'll want to put a little bit of vinegar in it. And if it sizzles, it's good. If it's not, don't use it because you'll be very disappointed that your cookies are not fluffy and light or anything like that. So just make sure you do that. Okay. Ooh, I think this is ready. Okay, I'm gonna just cancel it. See how fast that is? Now, if you want to, if you're in that tight pinch, you can buy our shortbread cookie mix. And y'all, ding, 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 it's on sale this month. It's 15% off along with all of our pantry items. And what I like to do during the holidays for my kids, so there's 8, with all their spouses, and then I guess I'm gonna have to add my grandsons into this too. Oh, and y'all look at this. It's very lightweight, and there's a little handle right there. So all of my appliances I have in my little utility room, and they're just all easy access to get to. But so what I do with the pantry items, I buy a lot of beer bread, the Italian bread, the rosemary focaccia bread, any bread mix, and then I just put them all out on our little bar right there, and then they draw numbers, and then whoever gets number 1 gets the first pick. So they go all the way at 1 to 8, and then we go back down 8 to 1, and they love it. They all go home with some great pantry items. And now I get to use another one of my favorite products that you've got to have. This is our pastry mat. I've had this for over 20 years, y'all, and look, it's still in great condition. It's not sticky, it's not icky, and it's not cracking. It is silicone. It has the measurements for the length. It also has the diameter, and we're gonna put a little bit of the flour on here, just so we don't make the cookies stick. We don't want to do that. I know that's probably the most frustrating part about making sugar cookies is whenever they get soft and they come apart, and that's where you're like, why did I do this? This recipe has not disappointed. It just is perfect where you don't have to chill it or anything. Maybe some of y'all just used to have to chill your dough, and then you'd have to put it right back in the refrigerator because it was always sticky and everything. This is our tapered rolling pin. I love this one too. See, you just have to have all the tools because they all serve their different purposes, okay? I could do it with the baker's roller, but it wouldn't be as smooth like this. Same thing if you're making cinnamon rolls or dinner rolls or anything like that. You want it to be nice and flat like this. Now, you can also decide how thick you want to do it. Some people like crispy cookies, some people like thick cookies. And so you can do your roll thicker or you can do it thinner. And here's what we're going to use to cut out our cookies: the star and the circles from our Linzer cookie cutter set. And ding, 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 another one of our sale items. When you buy 2, you get 1 free. So these are a great little set. Good stocking stuffers to have. And then we're going to do ahead and, I forgot about these right here. I decided to let y'all see the metal and our stone sheets, okay, so that you can, I couldn't really tell the difference, to tell you the truth, after I baked on them. They came off very easily, but I've been using stoneware most of my life, and I love this. You have to remember, if you're making batches of cookies, that stone is hot. That second one, so it's going to start cooking, so your second batch of cookies on that cooks a lot faster. The metal ones, this is probably the best metal pan that we have. Our metal pans are great. They have a reinforced rim, so they don't buckle. They're just very nicely weighted. So get yourself some metal pans, get yourself some stones. You know, these are lighter, so if you like the lighter baking pans, then get your metal pans. That's another great thing about Pampered Chef, is that they try to please everybody, because some people like metal and some people like stone. So we have all. And if you're like me, you like it all, so you just got to become a consultant, okay? And with the Linzer cookie, you can do this little star in the middle, and it's nice to use those little pieces like this and pop that out. I guess I should have put the flour. I haven't done that because I didn't need to do it this time. Sometimes you need to put your cookies in the flour. Okay, so now, guess what, y'all? We're gonna move on, because I know y'all know how to do this. I'm gonna put this over here because I know we're getting short on time, and I'm already way past time, okay? We're gonna move this over here because we got the magic of Zoom that's just happened, okay? And of course, we're gonna finish this up later. Okay, and we're gonna move right over to those cookies. Oh, and another fun thing, so you can spend a lot of time, smooth your icing. Thank you, Renette. Smooth your icing on here, and then put all those details on there if you want to. You know what I do? I buy those from somebody else and let them, and then I do this, okay? And this is also a fun thing to do with your kids or your grandkids. It's super easy, and they love it because I hate to say it looks messy, but it could be, but it still looks so pretty. So what we did, we made some powdered sugar drizzle icing, and this is just powdered sugar, a little bit of milk, and then I use Caro syrup, the white one, so it makes it white, and then it also makes it glazy, and when it dries, it looks glazy. It's beautiful. And so we drizzle, I mix it up with the whisk. And our whisk, y'all, if you don't have these whisks, get them, because you will never have to buy another whisk again. This one is this is what I got as a new consultant, okay? It's wonderful. So what you do with this is we're going to just kind of drizzle some of the white. Let me do you know what, I'm gonna do blue first. And this is another product. You gotta have, it's the little things that make life simpler. The inverted spreader, you can spread peanut butter, butter, mayonnaise, and then of course your icings. But we're gonna drizzle the blue on the snowflake. And, hello. It is definitely a Pampered, not perfect. So we'll do the snowflakes blue, and then do this and it's just like this. It's so easy to do. And I'm gonna put a little bit of white on there, Renee, okay? And then I'm gonna drizzle it with a little bit of white on the top, just like this. And then Renette's gonna put some sprinkles on there. We're gonna do some Christmas trees. I mean, how many of y'all remember that? That's our old avocado tool. Our new avocado tool is much better. And you just do this. And you know, if you've got your kids with you and your grandkids, they will love helping you clean up the cutting board on the bottom. Look at that. Isn't that nice? If you really want to make it fancy, you can add a little bit of brown to the bottom of that. I'm just going to show you these just like this. But this stackable cooling rack, there are times that I have them stacked 3 or 4 high with things, and just look how nice it is to drizzle. And then of course we don't use that over again because it turns out to be a kind of a dull color for sugar cookies. But with the magic of some Zoom, looky here, we have got some beautiful sugar cookies just decorated nicely with drizzle, and anybody can do that, y'all. And it makes your kids so happy because it's like I did that, and they can add like the Christmas tree has a little bit of brown right there, and we added some more sprinkles and stuff, but it tastes so good. And if you notice the heart, this is what you can get when you join your consultant and join her Pampered Chef family. Okay, Michael, we're gonna let you take it over.
All right, I'm coming back on. Thank you so much for the delicious looking cookies. Maybe we'll reveal the other sweet treat at the end. So let's do a giveaway real quick, and then a couple important announcements. So thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Ronette. Stay on, friends, if you want to see the final little treat here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do a little giveaway. So we're getting in the holiday spirit. We're excited. So tonight we are giving 3 attendees our gingerbread bake and build box inspired by the gingerbread cookies that Valerie made for us tonight. So let's see who our lucky 3 winners are tonight. Congratulations to Yvonne Beliveau, Amy Gosa, and Cheryl Dawson-Voigt. You are our winners. Congratulations, Yvonne, Amy, and Cheryl. You are our winners of the Gingerbread Bacon Build Box. This is a ton of fun. You get to make the gingerbread yourself. I guarantee this is going to be the best tasting gingerbread house you have ever made. So congratulations, friends. I will get in touch with you after this to get your shipping information and get this in the mail for you. So yeah, a couple of other quick announcements that I want to run by you real quick. We have something really fun coming up. So something special, speaking of special, holiday special. And that is that for our final Pampered Chef Live event of the year on December 16th, we're changing things up in a fun way. So on Tuesday, December 16th, our lead chef, Sandy, will be cooking live in Seattle with Chef Joel, who is the founder of Homemade, which offers free online cooking classes. So they're going to be making a festive cranberry apple pie, having lots of fun. And unlike today's event, which is based on Zoom, this holiday special is going to be broadcast on YouTube. So you will still register for free, and that'll be on our website tomorrow. When you click the registration link, you're going to go to Homemade's website. So don't worry, you're in the right place. You register there, and then you will get the link to the recipe and the viewing link ahead of time. So it's going to be a ton of fun. We're looking forward to having Sandy cook with Chef Joel. If you want to know which one is Chef Joel in this slide, it's the guy on the right with the glasses. That's Chef Joel. So he's the founder of Homemade, and he'll be cooking with Sandy on the 16th. So we'd love to have y'all there. Come join us for our final Pampered Chef Live event of the year. We also have one next week with our friend Lindsay as well. So couple other things real quick. You've heard a mention from Valerie about our sale. Yes, it is our last minute little gift sale from December 1st to the 18th. And this sale, you can get buy 2, get 1 free for select stocking stuffer tools. We had a couple questions in the chat of, can you mix and match? The answer is yes. As long as all 3 are part of the sale, you can mix and match, buy 2, get 1 free, put all 3 in your cart, and then you can get the discount. And you can get 15% off all pantry items as well. The reason December 18th is his deadline is because that's the last day we can promise holiday shipping in time for Christmas. But you're all very proactive planners. I'm sure nobody is going to wait until then to place their orders, right? Because you're all so ahead of the game. I'm so proud of you guys. You're doing great. So nobody's going to cut it that close anyway, right? So check out the website for the full list of products that are on sale and talk to your consultant about any products you are curious about. And lastly, there is still time to host a party for yourself or for your family and friends in December. And when you host a party, you with qualifying party sales, you can get 60% off any one item. Maybe it's that stand mixer that we saw tonight. If you're thinking, I would love to get a pretty big cut out of that price tag, host a party and you can get it done. So you still got time, and you can do this online or in person, and you can even do our holiday pop-up shop for a speedy option. So that's what I've got. All right, so let's close here. Oh, wow, you all have gotten so festive. That is such a pleasant surprise to see how we've come back. What do you have for us here?
Okay, we've got our cookies that we made. Yay! And we got our award-winning coffee maker. It was awarded the 2025 Product Innovation Award from the Direct Selling Association. Renette has her coffee, and I've got the frother that I'm not a coffee drinker, y'all, but I have to have my coffee because my family loves coffee. And I love the smell of coffee. And it's just fun to have people that have coffee. So I'm going to be using the frother. I made hot chocolate. I just added regular. I did whole milk because I like whole milk. And then I added our chocolate mix. It is what chocolate is it? Oh, the salted caramel chocolate from the hot chocolate set. But look at that froth, y'all. It's just amazing. And then the hot chocolate set also has homemade marshmallows. And we made homemade marshmallows. I did have my little set here. And look at these cute little mitten tongs. We're going to pop this right in here. And isn't that the coolest thing? I know my grandsons are going to love this. And here we go. Cheers.
Incredible. I kind of want to eat one of those marshmallows just as an entire cube
And it
to
was
myself.
really fun to make. It was really fun. I enjoyed
Love
making.
it. A couple quick questions for you. So people really loved that tip that you had about baking soda and baking powder. Could you repeat that, please?
Yes, baking soda, you put it in vinegar. Okay, and if it fizzes, it's good. And the
Got it.
baking powder is water.
Okay.
And then if it fizzes, it's good. If it doesn't fizz, it is not good. Throw it
These are the
away.
kind of tips that make baking more approachable. So I love it.
And you don't want to like put all of your ingredients. Can you imagine if I would have made those sugar cookies and got to the end and they didn't, rise a little bit? I would not have been happy.
That's great. All right, I got 3 questions for you, and then we'll close. Someone wants to know, we made 2 great cookie recipes tonight, but what's your personal favorite cookie recipe of all time?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one. Probably just a good old chocolate chip cookie.
Can't go wrong, right?
Good.
Love it.
Yes.
Those decorating bags that you were using, do you know, can those go in the dishwasher?
They can. The material will withstand it, but I don't think you're going to be happy with the results because they'll collapse. I would treat it just like a piece of clothing, that you're going to wash and fill a bowl with soapy water and then wash it out and then just turn it inside out as well. I just get my faucet and I put it on the shower setting and just squirt it and get it really good. But they are wonderful. The other brand I had, I did the same thing and they got sticky and they got smelly. So these will not do that.
Okay. All right. So I said, if anyone's counting questions, I'm adding a question. Speaking of other brands, if someone were comparing our stand mixer to some other prominent brands out there, what would you say, without throwing anybody under the bus, of course, what would you say were some of the reasons why our Pampered Chef stand mixer is kind of set apart from the others in the field?
Oh God, it's not as heavy and it has the tilt thing that you can tilt it up and I can put things in it all at one time and then I can go and do what I need to do. So the marshmallow, you have to whip it for like 8 minutes. So while it was whipping 8 minutes, I was over here vacuuming. I don't know why I felt like I had to vacuum my house for y'all, but I vacuumed. And so anyhow, you can do other things that you need to do. Same thing with cooking your bacon in the oven. For 20 minutes, you can go do whatever. It's amazing. So I love our stand mixer. I love the lightweight. I love the handle. My other one, there's no way that I could be lifting it back and forth from my utility room.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Yeah, I have one at home, and the weight distribution is really convenient for up high or down low, and the timer settings are amazing. So yeah, so versatile, and not just for sweets. I made burgers with it last week, so you can do that
Oh
too, right?
wow. Wow.
So,
So it's very versatile.
all right, last question. You said you've been a consultant for a handful of years. What if you had to offer to someone who is either a new consultant or considering being a consultant, what's one tip of wisdom that only somebody who's been doing this for a long time could offer?
Oh gosh, I would say just do it. You don't know what you're missing until you try it.
Mm.
And like I said, I didn't think twice. I just jumped in, and I just can't even imagine if I would have hesitated. Just do it.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Valerie. This has been a delight. And thank you, Ronette, for helping behind the scenes. Thank you for helping us kick off December with a ton of fun. If any of you are interested in learning more about being a consultant, you can connect with the consultant that invited you or visit the Be a Consultant page on our website. And we hope you will join us. We've got 2 Pampered Chef Lives left this year. We've got next week with Lindsay, who's going to teach us how to make some snacks that you can turn into stocking stuffer gifts and hand those away. That's going to be a ton of fun. And then we've got our holiday special with Homemade on December 16th to close out the year. So lots of fun to come. Thanks all for joining us, friends. We're going to close there, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.